All right, guys, we're on the home stretch here. We have our final video for the kinetic sculpture CAD. As always, we're going to start by clicking on Create New Part. And this is going to be the motor mount here. So we're going to start by creating a sketch on the front plane. Let's make a rectangle. It's going to be 2 inches at the top. It's going to be 4 inches down. It's going to have a circle in the middle. That circle is going to be a 1.5 diameter circle. It's going to be halfway in between the sides of this rectangle, and then it's going to be 1.5 inches from the bottom. So we should have something that looks like this at that point. Now we're going to go to Features, Extruded Boss Base, and we're just going to extrude out 0.25 inches blind. So we should have something that looks like this. Now we're going to create some little rectangles on these sides of this larger rectangle. We're going to dimension these to be 1.75. This one is also going to be 1.75. They're going to be 0.25 in width. And at this point, we can just go ahead and extrude them. We're going to extrude them out 0.45 blind. So now we have should have something that looks like this. All right, so now we're going to do a quick chamfer here. As I mentioned in the previous video, we want this chamfer so that when we're sliding this part onto the kinetic sculpture, it kind of feeds its way in there, as opposed to just trying to jam these vertical lines into this gap. We'll have a little nice, I guess, banked edge to kind of feed this mount in there. And we're going to have a 0.1 inch chamfer with 45 degrees. And it should look like that after we're done. All right. Next, we are going to be flipping it around. So we're going to be sketching on this side here. Let's just create some squares here. And we're also going to need a reference line right here. We're going to click for construction, and then we're just going to smart dimension this to be 1 inch away. Same for on the bottom. We're going to have that 1 inch away. And actually, you know what we're going to do here is, instead of creating this box here, we are instead just going to create a top one, and then we're going to mirror it down. That should be much easier for us. So we're going to go 0.5 for this. We're going to have it a perfect square. It's going to be 0.5 tall as well. And then the distance from here to here is just going to be 0.75. Now we're going to take a couple lines and just make a triangle here. Same thing on this side. All right. So now we should have something that looks like this. We're now going to mirror everything up here. So we're going to select these lines, the square, and those lines, and then we're going to mirror about there. So now we should have something that looks like that. Now at this point, we're going to go to Features, Extruded Boss Base, and we're just going to select all the contours we want to extrude out here. And we're going to be extruding out 0.75 inches blind. All right. Now at this point, we should have something that looks like this. This step should be pretty simple. We're just going to literally trace the outline of this. First of all, we're going to select this face right here to start our sketch on. We're going to trace the outline of this. Bring it all the way down and trace the outline of this. So no dimensions needed here, just tracing the outline. We should have a closed shape at the end that looks like this. And then from there, we're just going to extrude out 0.1 inches blind. There we go. Next, we're just going to create a small circle. So it might be helpful to start our sketch here. And then immediately after, what we're going to do here is going to hide. Oh, that hit everything. Show. You might not be able to hide that, but that's okay. What we're going to do here is create a small circle here. So what we can do, which might help, is go here, go to sketch, and then show. So that way we now see the outline of this circle here. So we have something to reference. We're going to click on that point in the middle of the circle. Then we're going to click on that point again to make a slightly bigger circle. What we're going to do here is create a 0.19 inch smaller circle and a 0.36 inch larger circle. And we're just going to extrude cut the inner circle 0.25 inches. So we're going to select contours. We only want that inner circle here. Perfect. All right. Next, we have our rectangle that we're going to make here. Our rectangle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the reference point here. First, we're going to start our sketch, sorry. We're going to sketch on this plane. We're going to take our reference points and we're going to use a center rectangle to stem from that reference dot right there. We're going to create another rectangle on the inside of that as well. The outer rectangle, just make sure it's decently wide, but the inner one is what we're going to be caring about more here. So it's going to be 0.48 by 0.45. The outer rectangle, let's just make it, it doesn't really matter what we make it since it's just for width. But for the sake of simplicity, let's just go 0.7. And let's make the height here. Let's go 0.7 as well. Actually, that's looking a little small, so we'll do 1 inch. We'll do 1 inch here. We'll do 1 inch here. Oh, that's the wrong one. We'll do 1 inch here. On this 0.7. So we have should have something that looks like that. And you know what? We're going to keep it at 0.7 because I think that looks a little bit better. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to take a couple lines here and we're just going to draw them from this corner of the rectangle to this corner of the square, like so. And then we should be ready to extrude boss base. So now we're just going to go to select contours. We're going to select this one right here, and that is it. And we're going to extrude blind 1 inch. All right. Our last step here is going to be just chamfering the outside. So we're going to go to chamfer. We're going to select this entire front face here. Oh, looks like we selected an edge on accident. Okay, we're going to select this entire front face. We're going to chamfer 0.1 inches. Should look something like that at the end. All right. If your part looks like this, then you're all good to go and you've completed your full kinetic sculpture assembly on CAD. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in your next session.